Super Citizen Newspaper Review on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja, the 6th day of August 2026. My name is Lawrence Omuti. Always great to have you join us on the Super program. As usual, we will run through the headlines, and later on in the course of the show, we will look at some of the stories in details, and that's when we will have our analysts to take a look at some of the stories. All right, why don't we run through the headlines now? Let's start from the cable news. Army declares 38 ISWAP leaders wanted. Officers financial reward for top commander. Okay, Army declares 38 ISWAP leaders wanted. Offers financial reward for top commander. And some very great news from sports. Falcons trash Egypt 6-2 to reach WAFCON quarterfinals. And a court factional chair withdraws from presidential race, backs Tinubu. And President Tinubu commends release of 308 Kwara Niger kidnap victims, orders stronger early warning systems. And still staying with the cable news, we froze Osun account over fraudulent handling of 11 billion naira ecological intervention funds, says EFCC. Court ADC accused EFCC of using federal powers to influence Osun election. And federal government directs payment of civil servants' outstanding wage awards before mid-August. All right, we move on to the Nation newspaper now. Troops, DSS, free 308 in biggest rescue operation. An APC launches 100-man monitoring team to tackle rigging, ensure victory. An ADC slams federal government over suspension of local government funds ahead of election. Osun account frozen over suspicious funds movement, says EFCC, and setting the record straight. Consultations with religious bodies to go on, says SGF. All right, this is a newspaper now. Adeleke heads to court as EFCC freezes Osun salary account. And FG reaffirms respect for Catholic Church, says current hardship passing phase. And Tinubu welcomes rescue of 308 abducted citizens in Kwara, Niger State. And PSC appoints AIG Anwar Mohammed Academy Commandant, deploys 8 CPs. And Mimiko 6, devolution of power, insists centralized governance fueling problems. Mimiko, you remember him, former governor of Ondo State. We move on to Daily Trust now. Federal government orders payment of outstanding wage award to civil servant. And protest in Lagos, Abuja over insecurity, economic hardship. And on Nayeka, presidency to deepen consultations with Catholic bishops, orders. Kwara abductees regain freedom after 6 months in captivity. EFCC asked First Bank to freeze Osun government account. Osun government accord cry foul, head to court over EFCC frozen account. And Tinubu's economic reforms showing results despite hardship, microeconomy still challenging. That's Oji Uzo Kalu, former governor of Abia State. And on strike threats by aviation workers, Air Peace Boss cautions labor unions against grounding airlines. And Tinubu hails rescue of 308 abductees in Kwara, Niger. The Guardian newspaper is next now. Osun 2026, Adeleke APC Bika over fraud, votes buying plot, intimidation. And federal government seeks renewed pact with faith leaders as Obi Kwankwaso back on Naika. FG orders measures to protect health workers nationwide. Showere group protest in Abuja, Lagos against hardship and security. And troops rescue 14 Sokoto abductees as 17 terrorist families surrender in Borno. Alright, we move on to New Telegraph now. Makinde Obi flay Nigeria's leadership crisis as Methodist demands pragmatic reforms. And Tinubu's reforms responsible for strong corporate performance. That's from the presidency. And Sule appoints 8 new commissioners in Nasarawa. We move on to the Vanguard newspaper now. Outrage greets EFCC's freezing of Osun government accounts. And customers paid 208 billion naira for electricity in May. That's from the NERC. And NESG says business confidence rising despite soaring cost. Lawyer in trouble for testing Supreme Court's finality gets banned, 50 million naira fine. Alright, we move on to pen pushing now. 176 abducted victims in Kwara State regain freedom 6 months after abduction. Anti-Crimes Commission freezes Osun State government account. Governor Adeleke heads to court. Student journalist of Moshood Abiola Polytechnic visits pen pushing media for practical knowledge on values of journalism. Alright, you can check out Pen Pushing for more stories. Remember, Pen Pushing is your source of authentic news globally. Alright, we'll take a short break now. When we return, we'll look at some of the stories in details. Don't go away, it's still Super Citizen Newspaper Review on Citizen 93.7 FM, Abuja.
Democracy isn't a spectator sport. It's a conversation. And every weekday morning, that conversation starts here. Citizens Speak with Oyi, where the issues shaping your community, the Federal Capital Territory Abuja and Nigeria, get the honest airtime they deserve. No grandstanding, just straight talk, real voices, and the questions that matter. Join Oyi, weekdays 8 to 9 a.m., only on Citizens FM 937 Abuja. Because when citizens speak, Nigeria listens.
Ndị ọma oruola n'omume anyị ewetara unu mmemme redio pụrụ iche nke eji edozi obodo eji atapịa ihe ọbụla gbasara ozi na gọọmenti etiti na gọọmenti steeti na mmemme ndị Igbo na ejirimara ndị Igbo ma nke na-eme n'ime obodo na nke na-eme n'etiti obodo ma na mba ofesi ebe ọbụla bụ ebe ọbụla ndị Igbo nọ anyị ga na-ewetara unu ozi dị iche iche. Aha mmemme a bụ akụkọ na egwu. Ọ ga na-abịa na Citizen 93.7 FM ọ n'ime Abuja ma ọ kụọ elekere 9 nke ụtụtụ wee ruo n'elekere 10 nke ụtụtụ ụbọchị Mọnde ọbụla, Wenesde ọbụla na Fraịde ọbụla. O ruo n'omume ka anyị kwalite n'asụsụ Igbo ma gbaa izu dịka ụmụnne iji dozie ala Igbo n'obodo anyị bụ Naịjirịa. Mụnwa bụ Complete Igbo Man Ekenweohia nọ n'akụkụ maikrofonu gaa n'ebe a na-atụzi aka. Ndị Igbo, nke a bụ nke anyị. Ka emesịa
ka anyị yọbanụ Chukwu anya na-epe ekpele.
Abuja, it's that time of the day again. The roads are busy, the city is alive, and there's only one place to enjoy the ride: Citizen Rush Hour. Weekdays from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. only on Citizen FM 93.7, transmitting from the 4th floor of Labour House in the heart of Abuja. Enjoy great music, lively conversations, live traffic updates from our citizen reporters, practical traffic tips, exciting giveaways, weather updates, and everything you need to make your journey home smoother. Stuck in traffic? Be our eyes on the road. Share what's happening on your route and help thousands of commuters get home safely. Whether you're driving, commuting, or winding down after work, Citizen Rush Hour is your perfect companion. Citizen Rush Hour. Good music, good talk, real-time traffic, real Abuja. Weekdays, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. only on Citizen FM 93.7, the voice of the capital.
They want you scared. They want you silent. They want you to accept injustice as normal, but not on our watch. We stand with you on the Rattle Chief Priest radio show. We don't beg for your rights. We fight and protect your rights. The rights to be treated with dignity. The right to speak without fear. The right to justice. The right to hold power accountable. From workplace harassment to unpaid salaries. From students' rights, market rights to abuse of authority. If you're being silenced, we amplify your voice. And the Rattle Chief Priest is just a call away. Call in, share your story, ask questions, demand answers, all live on air. The Rattle Chief Priest radio show, every Monday to Wednesdays, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. live on Citizen 93.7 FM, the people's voice. Abuja, when the final whistle blows, the real conversations begin. Tune in to Sports Lounge on Citizen 93.7 FM, Mondays through Fridays with Emmanuel Fashami, the sports senator. We break down all the goals, the drama, the gist you missed from EPL, ULC, NPFL, basketball, athletics, tennis, volleyball, and everything sports. If it's got a ball, we're talking about it. Hot takes, real fans, your call, your voice. This is more than sports. This is Sports Lounge, where Abuja comes to argue, laugh, and celebrate the game. 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. weekdays only on Citizen 93.7 FM, the voice of the people. Don't miss it. Sports Lounge, we simply kick and analyze.
I see fix them.
Welcome to ICT Clinic with Guru and the Gang, your one-stop shop for everything ICT. This is where technology gets simple. We break down hardware, demystify software. We show you how to use AI in everyday life. And when disaster strikes, we do critical data recovery live on radio.
We're here to stay.
Got an ICT problem? Call us every Tuesday and Thursday. The lines open and Guru and the Gang solve your tech headaches live on air. Real problems, real solutions, real time. We're 99.9% sure your ICT issues will be solved right here on air. Plus, stay tuned for our mini training sessions. Learn how to set secure passwords, boost your software, recover lost data, and use tech like a pro. We educate, we troubleshoot, we empower. Because when you understand ICT, you own the future. ICT Clinic with Guru and the Gang. Live Tuesdays and Thursdays, 12:15 to 1 p.m. only on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. Call in, tune in, level up. ICT Clinic. Stay connected, stay informed, keep innovating. Follow us on all social media for tips and updates. ICT Clinic with Guru and the Gang. Only on 93.7 Citizen FM.
Guru and the Gang.
Everybody has an opinion. Few have the facts. If headlines were the whole story, we'd all be experts by now. But we're not. Headlines tell you what happens. Insight tells you why it matters. No shouting, no spinning, no sides. We dig deeper, ask the uncomfortable questions, cut through the noise, interrogate power, examine policy, put governance face to face with the people. Politics, governance, economy, security, nothing is off limits. Because beyond every headline, there's a story that deserves to be understood. Join Lawrence Umuete for Insight Live, Mondays to Thursdays, 10 a.m. only on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. Insight, where truth meets power. Every question counts.
Eunanda nebira kane rinne. Ire di kunya anavoni papa anakwa nebira babesaka ine tabuja anabi Citizen FM 93.7. Era so metete ene nebira va se no save ini radio ononi. Eko yo never say no save ine re abanebira saka obeko ya sovori Tuesday. Eko ya sepeta Thursday. Ateki yo potu Sunday. Eko ya itono ne agugeva umodo avance men. Wa abanebira do ine tabujan. Ezo wa ya kene akeware jire nwo ka isana na inoko rounding. Ibira kanere ume ovi oniva se kare ni re abanebira saka e kada wona geten avonni.
She inspires, she leads, she overcomes. Every woman has a story worth hearing. On She Factor, we tell them. Join Kira every Monday from 12:15 to 1 p.m. on Citizen 93.7 FM for raw and honest conversations on womanhood, career, business, health, love, and everything in between. Because every woman carries a story of strength, of growth, and of becoming. This is She Factor, where we sit down with incredible women and talk about real stuff, all with no filters. Real women, real stories, real impact. She Factor, Mondays, 12:15 p.m. only on Citizen 93.7 FM. Because when women share, we all rise.
This is Citizen FM 93.7. If you are not tuned to Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja, you are certainly missing. Keep your dial fixed here.
Yes, country people. Now me be your landlord, the general overseer of all land and property matter. My own na to see am and talk am as e be. Join me every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on Top Citizen FM 93.7. Make we settle landlord and tenant matter, environmental matter, tenant to tenant quarrel, rent, lease, sales, or purchase of all kinds of property them. We dey use alternative dispute resolution take settle all property related palaba. So whether na environment, health, tenancy, or real estate advice, enter my compound from Thursday to Saturday from 7 o'clock in the evening. Make we delicate all the mechetra levels. Oga landlord, if you miss am, I go give you quit notice. From viral trends to real talk, this is where Nigeria gets the rundown. News you need to know, entertainment you'll love, lifestyle hacks that actually work, plus the biggest names making the waves. It is the 411, everything trending, live every Saturday, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. only on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. If it's trending, if it matters, if it's about to go down, then find out on the 411. We break down the news, vibe with the hottest entertainment, share lifestyle tips that work, and sit down with the people shaping culture right now. It is your weekly rundown, the 411, Saturdays, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. only on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. Tune in, stay in the know. Don't just scroll it. Hear it first, right here.
Thank you so much for staying tuned. It's still Super Citizen Newspaper Review on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. Yes, this is the second half of the show where we look at some of the stories in details. The phone lines are open. You can join us on 0903 2229797. You can also call us on 0818 is for WhatsApp. That's 0818 2222205. You can use that for WhatsApp. But if you want to make a voice call, you use 0903 2229797. Mr. Salami is in the studio. Good morning, Mr. Salami.
Very, very good morning to you, Lawrence. And of course, happy Thursday to our teaming citizen listeners.
All right. Yes, Mr. Salami is the Chief Operating Officer, Citizen 93.7 FM, Abuja. And together we will look at some of the stories in details. Mr. Salami, let's start from the Nation newspaper. And with this very great news that broke yesterday, troops, DSS free 308 in biggest rescue operation. President Bola Tinubu yesterday held the rescue of 308 abducted Nigerians from the Kainji Lake National Park Forest as a breakthrough in the fight against kidnapping. He directed security agencies to strengthen early warning systems and community intelligence to prevent future attacks. The president also praised the armed forces, the Department of State Service, the police, and the National Counter-Terrorism Center for what the presidency described as the largest rescue operation ever conducted in a single day by a joint security team. According to a statement by the President's Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Mr. Bayodanuga, the rescue victims comprised 163 persons abducted from Woro community in Kwara State and 145 kidnapped in Niger State. The victims were rescued during a coordinated intelligence-led operation in the Kainji Lake National Park Forest in New Busa local government area of Niger State. Mr. Salam.
It was yesterday I realized that sickness is not the presence of ailment. That real sickness has everything to do with your brain, and good news can make you well. So when I heard the news yesterday, immediately I was well. Very, very well. Meaning that good news can cure. Let us thank Mr. President and the security agencies, especially the leadership. What precisely am I saying? I'm talking of no other person than this man who has given or signed up his life for this country. I mean General Chris Musa. Together with his gallant troops, they have made up their minds that never again will they allow dissidents, kidnappers, militants, and terrorists take over any control or take over control of any part of this country. This is a great one, and I thank the family of the rescued abductees. But more than this, we should prevent abduction, because prevention is not only better than cure, it is cheaper. These people have gone through a lot in the hands of these animals, for that is who they are. Barbaric, heinous, heartless, unconscionable people. But to banish abduction is a job for all of us. We have said this thing here time and time over, Lawrence, that security should not be left in the hands of the security agencies alone. It's the job of everybody. You see something, you just say something. When you give credible intelligence, our security agencies will be able to operate with precision. Why? The security agencies, they are not miracle workers. They work based on credible information. Let's be forthcoming.
All right, Mr. Salmi. Just like you and say a lot of majority of Nigerians, I also received the news with gladness because at a point, I think it was last week that I was doing a research on another topic, and I was like, wait a minute, these guys have been in captivity for over 6 months. And but well, they say all is well that ends well, and we thank God for that. But I think it is always better, just like in normality, prevention is not only cheaper but also better, or not only better but also cheaper than cure at the end of the day, Mr. Salami. And if you read the story of the rescue and that of the Orire local government, there are a lot of similarities. The Kainji Park area is a large expanse of land, and these guys decided to use that as. But I think, for me, what stands out was that declaration by the president that his government will not negotiate or pay ransom. And if it continues like that, Mr. Salami, you don't need anyone to tell you that the incentive to engage in this will drop. There will still be some people who will still go into it, but there will be less incentive when you know that, number one, the risk of you getting caught is high, the possibility of you getting caught is very high, and also the likelihood of getting cash is also reduced. So you will think twice.
Well, we have been saying this thing, and there are quite many things we cannot possibly say on here. Lawrence, honestly, no government, what is name, would negotiate with criminals. You don't negotiate with criminals, you neutralize criminals. When you negotiate with criminals, you are giving them an upper hand. And of course, like we've been saying in the newsroom, that whatever job you do, that you make money from it, you just cannot leave that job.
There's no need to leave it.
Is it?
There's no need to leave it.
For what other job? That is why we should praise the gallant officers, and we should appreciate the courage of Mr. President for saying that my regime, my administration will not in any way negotiate with criminals to pay ransom. I agree. It's a good statement, Lawrence.
All right. Just like I normally say too, when there's a threat of the hawk picking up the chicken, you first of all make sure that you send the hawk away.
Yes.
Before you now drag the chicken in and pull his ears. Mrs. Salami, how is it always possible to move large number of people
at a go?
How is that always possible? Because I still cannot wrap my head around it. Mrs. Salami, if you want to move 20 people, you know what it means. If you want to move 30 people, you know. Then you move this number of people from one community to another,
And nobody saw them.
There's something wrong.
Lawrence, I don't want us to sound like a broken record. We all know what is wrong. I keep on telling you that it's very easy to wake up somebody who's sleeping.
But for the one who pretends.
I won't say more than that.
Oh, good. But we thank God, especially for the victims and also members of their families. Only God knows the trauma in the last 6 months plus.
Of course. But the government is now working, and it is clear that the government is working.
We hope they will maintain that momentum. All right, Mr. Aaron, let's move on to the nation as well. And this story too appears to be the hottest story since yesterday. The internet is abuzz with it, the Osun situation. This is how the nation puts it. Osun account frozen over suspicious funds movement, says EFCC. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission yesterday explained why it placed a post-note debit on the Osun State Bank account with First Bank. The anti-graft agency froze the account because of alleged fraudulent handling of 11 billion naira ecological funds, intervention funds, and federal accounts allocation committee. EFCC spokesman Dele Oyewole said in a statement last night. But Governor Adeleke berated the agency, describing the action as an abuse of due process. He said the FCC statement said the state has been under probe since March, with the state accountant general and some government officials already quizzed. Mr. Salami.
The witch
cried yesterday.
Yes, and the child.
Why today?
You see, I want us to practice democracy the way it should be practiced. You know that as media men, we have no fight. We have no
dog in this fight.
We are expected to say it the way we see it and allow the people to make up their mind as to what they want to believe. So, I am of the view that the EFCC does not have the right to put PND on any account without the order of a court of competent jurisdiction. We are saying this with all sense of responsibility because the EFCC is not a court. You cannot accuse somebody and you two will dish out
judgment,
the punishment. That is not how it should be done. That is overzealousness. And we are saying this to rescue democracy. Let democracy survive. It should be the rule of law and not the rule of thumb. Well,
and also not the rule of man.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Let's wait and see how it pans out.
Well,
But it is risky to engage this type of bravado.
Exactly, Mrs. Salami. I think you have put it succinctly because number one, what impression are you trying to create as an institution of government? It's bad enough that during election period, during campaign period, everything is raw material for campaign. You understand? And you cannot blame the Osun State government when they begin to say, oh, this is politically motivated, whether it's true or not. Because I, for one, I'm not looking at whether the allegations are true or not. But what we're saying is the process.
That's right.
If the EFCC had said, okay, we have a cut order
That's right.
permitting this, then we will now look at stage 2, which is what are the allegations.
That's right.
But for you to decide this, and I'm glad the Osun State government is going to court. We hope that this it can be resolved before then. But Mr. Salami, looking further than this, Mr. Salami, I wish that we will, as a nation, take a second look at the EFCC Act. If we claim to run a federation, why do we pick and choose our own kind of federation when we run? Because what exactly is the business of the EFCC in a state account?
I don't know.
The EFCC is a federal institution. And if the Constitution is anything to rely on, it's the State Assembly that has the powers to investigate whatever is happening in the state, especially accounts and everything of the state government. Why do we have a federal institution saying, oh, there are withdrawals from a particular state and therefore there are suspicions? We need to take a second look at the act setting up the EFCC. Seriously speaking.
I'm getting uncomfortable with the way you are going because you once told me that you would like to work in the chambers of Wole Olanipekun. And somebody told me that the man listens to our newspaper analysis. So you had better go to school and get your LLB. And you must get your BA. But this thing you are doing will not give you anything. You are not a lawyer. Let's leave the job of lawyer to lawyers. Let's just wait and see how it pans out.
Oh, well, Mr. Salami, but I regret to tell you that this has nothing to do with being a lawyer. No, what we are saying is that if we say we are a federation, then we should practice federalism.
Okay.
Well, at the end of the day, so because it doesn't really make sense if you ask me. It's arrogating too much powers to the center.
That one I agree.
Okay. All right, let's look, and I'm sure that within the week, Mr. Salami, before the D-Day in Osun State, we will devote a whole day of the program, that's a whole hour of the program, to talk about the Osun election, because there are a lot of issues coming out. Beside the violence, beside the allegations, counter-allegations, and all these things that are normally associated with our own kind of politics, what are the issues in Osun State? What has been the performance of the current government? What are the alternatives that the other opposition parties are putting on the table? That is what we will look at. Beyond the noise, the frenzy that we have here, this one is buying votes, this one is planning to buy votes. We all know that vote buying and vote selling, it's a business of our political parties. You understand? None of them can throw the first stone. None of them can say, look, I am completely innocent from this. But I am not interested in that. What we should look at are the issues.
Is the campaign issue driven? What and what are you going to do differently if you eventually get the mandate of the people? And why should the government of the day remain? What are they doing very well that is acceptable to the people? These are the issues. And I think it's high time that we allow our election to be issue driven.
All right, don't forget that you can call us on 0903-2229-797. You can also send us a WhatsApp message on 0818-2222-205. Okay, Let me see. Looks like we have a WhatsApp message here. All right, let's continue. Mr. Salami, let's move on to this day newspaper now. FG reaffirms respect for Catholic Church, says current hardship passing fees. The federal government yesterday reaffirmed its respect for the Catholic Church, describing it as one of Nigeria's most important development partners, stressing that President Bola Tinubu remains committed to strengthening engagement with faith-based organizations in addressing the country's pressing challenges. Besides, the Tinubu administration assured that the current economic hardship confronting Nigerians is only a passing phase that will ultimately give way to the benefit of ongoing reforms. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, in a statement against the backdrop of recent exchanges between the administration and leaders of the Catholic Bishops' Conference, said the President Tinubu's administration recognized the invaluable contributions of the Catholic Church in education, healthcare, humanitarian services, peace building, and moral leadership. So,
well, we are all aware of the lingering controversy between the federal government and the Catholic bishops in Nigeria as a result of the visit and what transpired, especially when Archbishop Bishop Noika went to
Cardinal
Noika went to Arise and told Nigerians, told Nigerians what was discussed behind closed doors. Our arguments here and there, for and against, that a hot notch have gone there. And so people are saying, so you should cage him. It is neither here nor there. But thank God that the Secretary to the Government, Senator George Akume, has come out to say that the government has tremendous respect for faith-based organizations, and they will always recognize their input and contributions to nation building. Let us allow the sleeping dog to lie.
Well, Mr. Salami, for me, I think the statements by the SGF, well, without being uncharitable to him and the office, I think it's an afterthought. This is the kind of statement I would have expected immediately after the outburst, and not after the back and forth. But then, as we say, it's still always better late than never. This is campaign season, and the less you get more people against you, the better for you. It's not likely. When that controversy was trending, I was looking at it, I said, this is not a war that the presidency can win, no matter how you look at it, because it's an emotional exchange. A lot of people engaging with it are looking at it from the emotional facts and not necessarily facts and logic. And you know, in emotional battle, you know what happens. So I'm glad that sanity prevailed, reasoning took over, and this looks like it's going to douse the tension now, and everybody will go back to their tent and await the next thing that would trigger off drama. Mr. Salami, during campaigns, one day one trouble, one day one material for you to use, depending on how you use it. Not necessarily because those materials are true or not, but you use it to your advantage and to the disadvantage of your opponents.
I've told you that chances are that doctors will be less busy, especially treating BP, as from August. Because, in fact, we are in for a drama, if not an opera, because that is what campaign should be all about. We were not too young when we were hearing KO is not okay. We are not too young when we were hearing that when comes to become. And we are not too young when this landslide and mudslide victory. It should be a matter of appealing to the people why they should vote for you and not vote for X, Y, Z, Z. It's not a war. Election is not a war. It is a jaw thing, and at most, conviction of the electorate. You must come to the electorate with your manifesto and how you intend to do things differently. And that is how to win their hearts. And of course, get them to use their PVC in your favor.
Unfortunately, Mr. Salami, your submission is assuming that every other thing is equal. But you and I know that when people decide genuinely to offer themselves for service, then that kind of situation can prevail. If you decide that, okay, you just want to contribute your quota, and at the end of the day, the electorate says no, you go back to your house quietly, fulfilled. But when you invest a lot of financial resources into the venture, some people take loans, some people borrow monies to buy forms and to do all sorts of things. And so it's always very difficult to take defeat. It's always very difficult to contemplate defeat at the end of the day. So, it transcends service. It is now an investment. It's a business opportunity that has gone high.
My prayer is, may whoever borrowed money to contest election lose election. That is my prayer. Because election and being in public office is a trust. And parties are just vehicles to winning election. But the ultimate is rendering selfless service to the people. Until we get it, we'll still be in the woods.
All right, so let's move on. Federal government directs payment of civil servants outstanding wage award before mid-August. We are in August already. The first week of August is almost gone. So that means before next week, Friday. But this is the story. The federal government has ordered immediate payment of all outstanding wage awards to public servants before the middle of August. In a statement, the Minister of Finance, Taiwo Udele, gave the directive during a meeting with labor leaders in Abuja. The labor leaders were led by Kabiru Minjibir, is the national president of the Joint Public Service Negotiating Council. Udele said the government had already begun addressing several labor concerns before receiving the council's formal communication. Mr. Salami. It's good to be a civil servant. This is a great time.
Well, it's not too late.
It's late too. So, where do I start from?
I'll be officer now.
at over 50.
The truth is this: the welfare and well-being of the workers is the paramount interest of the Labour Congress. It's a pressure group. And make no bone out of it. They are there to protect the interest of the workers. And they have done what is expected of them. And I want to agree with them that, like Oliver Twist, we always ask for more. Let me tell you this, there's no amount of money that will be enough for a human being. As much as we are human beings. But be it as it may, I want the federal government and the labor to look at what is deliverable. And because I don't want us to come back to this after some months. Why? We need industrial peace and harmony to move this country forward. Let all the parties be very, very intentional and let the interest of the poor workers be at the center of whatever discussion.
All right, thank you so much, Mrs. Salome. Always a pleasure to have you on the show. It's the Thursday edition. Tomorrow, we'll have the final edition for the week. Thank you so much, Mrs. Salome.
It's a pleasure, my brother.
Well, that's our package on the show today. We return tomorrow, 7 a.m., bright and early. Don't forget to join Ohi at 8 o'clock, top of the hour. So when he's going to do what he knows how to do best. And that will be time for Citizens Speak.